Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Hoppy Craftsmen. I am Chris.
And we're working on Memorial Day.
It's true.
Yes.
God, we think we get the day off, but we don't. No.
Would you call this working, though?
It's a hard day of working and drinking beer.
Yes.
I mean...
Plus, we haven't eaten, so...
yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to grill some good stuff, actually, after the show, so it should be cool.
We're going to grill some leeks and tofu burgers and...
yeah. Wow, our listenership just went down. It's really crazy. I could feel it.
You fucking hipsters.
It was something in the force, I'm guessing.
Yes.
I can just feel it. My mitochondrions just went down.
as if a thousand beer drinkers just suddenly stop listening.
Jesus. Oh, good shit. So, kind of get into it. What are we drinking over there, Ed? What do you got going on?
So, some hobo with a backpack showed up to the Sleepy Whale and just handed us a warm beer. I was like, hey, try this out.
You just drink this.
Yeah. Don't ask any questions. Just drink it.
Just drink it.
We met up with Wes from Rowley Farmhouse at the Sleepy Whale last week, and he was nice enough to give us some beer that he was peddling. I guess he was in sales mode.
He's peddling his wares.
Yeah. He was pushing his cart around, be like, please buy my beer.
Yeah. So what? It's
it just says Pilsner.
It says Pilsner, right? So
I think it's a super secret Pilsner that they're working on. I don't know. They do weird stuff.
Yeah, it looks nice. You poured me a glass of it. I probably should try it, I guess.
Yeah, you should.
I'll say this. I'm not the hugest fan of Pilsners and or lagers / that side of the spectrum. It's not, I don't know. Usually not a big fan.
I think people are so tainted by dirty lagers and unclean lagers that I think you still have that stigma that comes along with like drinking like fucking the big beers where it's like skunky and a little bit of just off flavor, that overly hay flavor that you get a lot of times. But
it's funny. So it's still here with that beer, but it's very mute and kind of in the background a little bit. You don't get a ton of it, which is actually kind of interesting.
It has like a sweet dankiness to it too.
A little bit, yeah.
And maybe more in the aroma, not in the taste. But
I'll say this, Wes's face when I basically said I didn't like saisons.
It's like, why are we friends?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I feel like I've said this multiple times. I've tried to offend Wes, and it's really hard to do. He's even told me that, and I think when I said that, I think I did offend him just deep down in his soul, just a little bit by saying I didn't like saisons. So I feel like I had to correct myself when I said that. Like I don't, and we talked about on the show like many times before, but like saisons, it's usually when it's like that farmy, horse blankety, sweaty. I'm just not a big fan of the funk.
Yeah, it's a different kind of funk.
Not a big fan of the funk, right? But when you talk about like sours or like wild ales or whatever, I like those. And saisons, for the most part, are one of those things where it's like a blonde. It's one of the things where like people say like, "Oh, this is a blonde," and I tried it. I'm like, "Nah, I fucking don't like this." And there's other blondes where I've had that are more
this is grass. This is dry grass.
Right, it's dry grass. Glass. Ugh. And those other ones are more on the tart, sour kind of side of things where it's like they're still calling it a blonde, and I tried it, and I'm like, "Ooh, I actually kind of do like this." So it's one of those like, don't judge a book by its cover situations where I'm like, I don't like blondes or I don't like saisons, and it's a very blanketed statement, but it's like I don't like certain saisons, I don't like certain blondes.
Yeah, and saisons have like a wide spectrum. Like they can go from like what you said, like that funky kind of like, I don't know, like medicinal almost sometimes, and then you get those like spicy ones where it's almost like this is like Thanksgiving dinner, like.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like it said, when it starts getting funky, the real funkiness of it, I'm not really big into that too much. It's not that I'm not going to drink them. I'm just not going to gravitate towards those and try those at first. So I don't know. It's just.
Listen, we all know the only thing you care about right now is a sour stout. So,
God, I love it. It's so good, so good. But so speaking of which, why did we meet with this hobo with a backpack and the sleepy? I'm sorry. Yeah, the Sleepy Whale. I was going to say Wandering Tourist. I was like, I was correcting myself, even though I didn't need to correct myself.
Well, we don't trust anybody who comes from New Mexico into Arizona, so we had to monitor him. No, we met to talk to him about actually going to the farmhouse in Santa Fe.
So, we kicked around this idea like so many times. We talked about it.
We talk about Rowley almost every episode.
Well, we started this episode with that, so it works out great. But I think I've said this forever ago. Unless we made a line in the sand, we were never going to do it. It's just one of those things where we're like, we should totally do this. It'd be hilarious or, whatever. but we need to try and draw a line in that sand. So I think meeting with Wes this weekend, this past weekend here, kind of did that. It drew the line in the sand. So we were like, okay, so we're kind of our feet are held to the fire. We're freaking now kind of being like, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do it. So should be fun. We had a bunch of different ideas we're throwing around.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to put up a poll or something on Instagram or something to see any suggestions. Right. Or no contest this time, but
no, just ideas. I mean, it's funny like talking to. So we first talked to Wes way back, and then I'll plug the episode, but in the show notes. But talking to him, he was so against fucking IPA, like hazy IPAs, and just fucking. It was like somebody peed in his Wheaties when he fucking said the fucking word like hazy IPA or like New England IPA, and I was talking with him, over when we did. He seemed actually kind of open to the idea of actually brewing. He was totally down for it. He actually felt like he can actually brew a really good one now. So it was like, oh, that might actually be a good idea too. Just get, I mean, like I always say, our name is the Hoppy Craftsmen. So it always feels weird if we actually want to brew a beer with somebody and we don't make it hoppy, which seems weird. You're like, oh, let's fucking, we're the Hoppy Craftsmen. We just brew fucking pure sours. So you're like, oh, that seems weird.
Here's our cider.
Yeah, here's a porter. Cool. Yeah. You're like, So I don't know. There was some ideas thrown around. I thought it was a couple of them. I'm kind of gravitating.
It's tough because you want to be part of their style because what they brew is so good, but then you also want to incorporate what we like and what we usually talk about on the show. So we have time to work it out. So probably more details later, but we'll keep it in true John Riley fashion. We'll keep it on the down low. We can't tell you. If we tell you, we have to kill you at this point.
That sounds right. Sounds right.
So,
but yeah, excited about that. We'll see. So other new things going on in the fucking valley, dude. So fucking, was it Fate? McFate? What do they call themselves now? Fate?
Fate.
Their new location in Tempe just opened.
Is it open?
Well, so
as we record this,
the 29th, and today is the 27th, is their grand opening. So 2 days from now. Though they've been open for, actually literally started an article on, was it Mouth by Southwest?
They were open.
So they were open already. And I'm pretty sure it's just a weird soft opening, 2 weeks. Who knows what it is? But the grand opening technically is 2 days from now. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see. There's already mixed reviews and emotions.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people were loyal to, and we talked about this before, to Steve,
right?
Who is now out, which I've heard he's fine with it. And he's going to go lay on a beach somewhere. I've heard. That's what
I'm sure he's probably not fucking mad.
But there's a lot of people bashing it, and like, if you go to the original location, it's super small, super like what you would think a brewery was 5 years ago. And the second location is more mainstream, more commercial, and then this one looks to be like completely beyond that realm. This is like corporate. It has a very corporate,
franchisey kind of fucking feel
to it.
Yeah.
So that's burned a lot of people. But then the other thing that I don't get is people are like taking Steve's side without knowing really what's going on. Well, and they're like, I'm never going there. Well, why? Like, unless you've talked to Steve and Steve was like, yeah, fuck that place.
Right. I mean, if there was some kind of like animosity on his part, why he got fucking like, if he got pushed out, or I mean, again, we talked about this before, but in everything that everybody said, for the most part, as far as I know, still rumors. He's gone on the record, said anything. There's nothing been said about it. It's all rumors and speculation that people have. But people, like you said, are very
loyal to
him. And it's the weirdest thing. You're like, I mean, I get it. And I don't think I've ever heard of Steve McFate. But the people that have love him. So it's just it is kind of weird that people are jumping on this, like, they're taking sides. It's like there's a divorce happened and people are taking sides.
Yeah, it's like, who gets custody of this brewery? But I think it's a combination, like the rumor that Steve was pushed out,
right? The
rumor that the new ownership aren't even beer people.
They don't like beer,
and then the corporatization of the location. It's like,
it's put some bad taste in people's mouths.
Yeah,
I think that all those things kind of combined can just kind of put people off a little bit. And I can see that. I'll say this. I definitely the other day had like for this last Friday, the holiday weekend, the powers that be let me off a little early, and I was just like, oh, I'm like, I got a little bit of time to kill. What should I do? I'm like, oh, Fate's right over here. I'm like, Nah, I'm okay. Like I was like, look, didn't even like. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go to Fate. I'll be fine. I went somewhere else instead. So,
but it's the same with like the like what Nate said when we were talking with Dark Sky. It's like those locations are so close. Like you got Tempe,
right?
Then you have like basically Scottsdale border of Tempe, and then Scottsdale proper. But it's like, do we really need this many places this close together?
Right.
Of one brewery that, I mean, they make good beer, but unless they ramp up their brewing capabilities and start turning out like 10 to 15 beers a year that are.
Times I've been to Fate, and I'm definitely, so you go in there and they have a board, especially the Fate, the South Scottsdale location, Tempe, whatever it is, like on the border there by Papago, or the old Papago. They had pretty decent board of beers, and they had different styles of beer. It wasn't like the same thing. It wasn't like these are our 5 flagship beers. These are some of our flagships, and these are like variations on that, and they had small barrels, and they had other things. You could definitely tell that they were experimenting a lot, right, with what they did. Do you think that I mean, again, it's opinion. Do you think that going to with this, this owner that supposedly doesn't like craft beer is going to move it more towards where you have like the Santan model of stuff, where you actually have these are our 10 beers, and these are seasonal beers, and these are not seasonal beers, and they kind of do a rotation, like almost kind of setting themselves up to be, like the biggest brewery,
like local production.
Yeah. Like a production brewery.
Yeah, I could see them totally going the Santan route of like, here's our core beers. We do a few things.
These are one or two seasonal kind of shit.
Yeah, we have a seasonal round, but like, I mean, you look at that, and that place, in all honesty, has been packed during their so-called soft opening, and it's been busy. But it's like they have like artificial grass patios, and they have like cornholes and all this like. Aesthetical stuff that's not beer related. Okay, it's like one of the first pictures I saw was like, and I know there's a huge thing about kids don't belong in breweries, but beyond that point, it's like one of the first pictures posted I saw was a bunch of kids crawling all over the cornhole,
cornhole boards.
Yeah, and it's like,
well, I'll say this: for the people that don't have kids, go have some kids and then fucking want to go to a brewery. You just want to get out of the house for like 5 minutes. Let me tell you what, you don't want to pay a babysitter $900 an hour to fucking have a beer. You just want to get out. So,
which isn't, I mean, even from the original location to the second location, like there were times I walked in there and there were more mixed drinks on the tables than craft beer. So, I mean, if they think they can sustain this business model based solely on like Candy Bar Milk Stout and the Shot in the Arm series, like, more power to them, but
I don't see that happening either. But
they're gonna have to come out with some pretty solid regulars and, I would say canning runs.
Yeah, they definitely need to do something. It's just weird.
Or they should have embraced in all honesty, I would have left the original tap room as McFate, and made the two more bigger commercialized like mainstream ones as Fate.
It's funny, like it's one of those things where people from the Valley people are acquainted with was it Richardson's Steakhouse, right?
Yeah.
So Richardson's originally was in a very small, like down the street location, a strip mall type of place, and then they moved and they actually got a bigger place and had more people and a little bit fancier. And the old place is now called Dick's Hideaway, and it's owned by the same people, right? And they do the menu's kind of similar a little bit, but they do a super amazing brunch. So, but the idea is it's a very like kind of in thing to like still know like, hey, that's Richardson's, it's Dick's Hideaway is the same kind of thing. It's like this like kind of like it's the exclusivity kind of thing. It's like how speakeasies are cool, right? It's the same kind of mentality. It's like, oh, well, I'm in the know. I know this stuff. And so like, they would have done like the McFate thing and versus Fate. People that are from this area been like, yeah, it's fucking the same place, dude. It's really cool. It's fucking this little tiny little place in the hole in the wall called McFate's. In fucking Scottsdale. I mean, I don't know. Something like that would have been really cool.
Yeah, because I mean, they already had two different logos, and I mentioned this before. Like, Fate has a shield logo, and the other one was circular because it was supposed to be like a tap and barrel room. But who knows? Like, it just with all what's going on, a third location seems really interesting right now, especially here.
Right.
so close. Like it's Phoenix, that Phoenix area, and we'll count Tempe and Scottsdale in like the Phoenix Metro or the Valley, whatever you want to call it. Like it's starting to get kind of saturated.
I mean, yeah, to the point of where it feels saturated for us for the most part.
Oh, it's not saturated compared to any other place,
no.
But you would think, because like what, Oso has 4 or 5 locations. State 48 has 4 locations. McFate now has 3 locations. Arizona Wilderness has 2 locations.
Yep.
A couple other breweries are looking into second locations. So maybe it's not saturated as far as quantity, but existing breweries expanding into the same place does not seem like a good idea right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
so close. I could understand if if Wilderness went to Tucson or like we've joked about making Dark Sky come to Mesa and stuff like that. Cool. Like that would be more sensical than like also opening up another location in Phoenix.
It's always the hot new thing, I guess, right? It's the hot new thing. What's going to happen? What's going to be going on? So, yeah, I mean, these places that are opening second or third locations isn't generating as much, excitement as places that are like a Dark Sky would be, right? Like Dark Sky comes down here like, oh, this is amazing. This is the only place. I mean, Superstition Meadery is like, to me, at least that's on my mind.
They're opening a second location in Phoenix. That makes sense.
That sounds awesome. I'm super excited about that because they're going to be here instead of being up there. And so it seems I was more excited about it compared to, I mean, great, make Fate open a third location. Cool. I guess I'm in South Chandler compared to fucking Tempe or Scottsdale. I guess I'm closer to one compared to the other one, but it's not going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe McFate's. Yeah, it doesn't really do that much.
And you've seen bigger breweries get bit in the ass by it. Like look at Green Flash and even Stone, like with their
too much, too fast. We'll see how it goes for them. So, but speaking of other actually expansions for other breweries, so 2 more. So was it Craft 64 and Pizzeria? So they're from was it Old Town Scottsdale? They actually opened up their second location in downtown Chandler. We'll see how that goes. I haven't actually. So Craft 64. Not super familiar with them. Do they actually make their own beer?
I think they do. I don't know if they make it. I think they have somebody make it for them. But I know they have a couple that are considered their beers.
Okay.
But they're more like a scratch kitchen
craft beer bar.
So maybe this second location will let them do more in-house brewing. But it's
kind of cool.
I haven't had it, but it sounds like it's a solid place, and a lot of people love the food, and they carry a solid amount of beer. So.
Dude, if they have all the things you need, patio, fucking pizza, a menu, fucking some good craft beer, really okay. I mean, that's kind of cool if they're doing that. I think, and it's funny, like, I wish Nate was here. We should talk about it, but like, he literally said that at this point, like, it's not a very great time to open a brewery, but to open a craft beer bar, I think this is like an amazing time to do that. And I think, like, this is just another example of like what you said. If people not necessarily they're excited that a place like this is coming to their neighborhood. But at the same time, it's not something new to the Valley. It's not something different. So I don't know. It should be cool.
But it's a smaller place, so I mean, I don't know what their statewide recognition is.
Right. I mean, it could be people might not even know if there's a location. This is the main location. So but I mean, I get that.
Chandler's becoming a tough place to go. Like you have Sandtown's in downtown Chandler. You have the Perch in downtown Chandler. Yep. The Sleepy Whale just opened up. What the hell's the name of that other place? They just did the Spawn of Verp. Why can't it?
Casual Pint.
Yeah, Casual Pint. The Casual Pint Ocotillo's in that Chandler area. You got Hop Central, I think, is in that area.
Wow, okay.
Like you said, Craft 64 just opened up.
We talked about it a bit. I mean, it's just it's funny. I feel like it's like a battle, like downtown Gilbert and downtown Chandler. And this fucking epic battle between like who's the comeback kid, right? At this point, it feels like Chandler is.
It's like sports teams recruiting, like
it's insane, right? Like I mean, so I think we should probably get a beer and then come back and talk some more about this. But before we go to break, I've been down to Chandler recently, and then we met Otis down there, but we actually was down there before that too. And I really feel like it's definitely someplace again that I'd really want to go down to, especially since downtown Gilbert's so fucking saturated, if that's the best word for it. It's just fucking, there's so many people down there. It's like, fuck that. I don't want to go there anymore. I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, plus they lost that like small town aesthetic. Like
right,
now it seems more like Old Town Scottsdale than Gilbert when you get down, especially when the sun goes down. And it's like, I still like that. Can't believe that one time when I went to what was it, Whiskey Row, and like as soon as the sun went down, there was like 15 bouncers in that place, and I was like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, also, fuck this place.
Listen, I mean, so if we were in ranked places to go in nighttime, the nightlife, right? Old Town Scottsdale would fucking be the last on my list, and then at this point, I almost feel like fucking Gilbert would be second to last on my list, and then Chandler's getting pretty high in the number one part I want to go. So.
I always think it's funny because Goldwater is like right on that border of like proper
tough.
old town, and when the Old Town Scottsdale people kind of wander over there to check it out, and you're like, yeah, this is a completely different animal than what is usually in this.
Yeah, it's like I'm dipping my toe in the jacuzzi to see how this is real quick. I'm just gonna dip it in there real quick. And it's like, yeah, no.
Good. Somebody, and you're like, did a prom just let out? Like, what's going on? Where did all these people come from? And they're
yeah, I don't know. All right, well, let's get a beer, and we'll come back, and we got some national news we want to get into, and some more opinion shit. So
yeah, we don't have opinions, right?
Well, yeah,
maybe.
All right, back.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here to share our opinions now.
Yeah.
I think we should clarify. We have opinions, and we just don't know if they're good or not, right?
Well, I mean, I would say that we stated our opinions in the first half of the show and the second half of the show. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Not have opinions?
Yeah, exactly.
Then we're going to this podcast is over.
Yeah, what is this? Communist China? Like,
well, could be. We don't have a fucking tariff on it. This is a tariff on, then we're fucked.
Yeah, good thing we already have our podcast equipment, or we might not get any.
Yeah, it's true. Electronics. So, so just, I guess Chandler in general, it's, I'll say this. When I was down there previous to when we met with Wes, I went to Sleepy Whale, which was awesome, by the way, because I actually don't think we touched on it too much of the Sleepy Whale of it actually itself. Pretty awesome. I mean, actually had a really good fucking selection of beers on fucking draft. The patio is fucking ginormous, which is awesome. Even the big tables inside are pretty cool. Not as many fucking coolers, I want to say, as Wandering Tortoise. Actually, they have 3, right?
Yeah, it's not as big as the Wandering Tortoise, but
right. So still a pretty good selection of fucking to-go beers, which is awesome. Draft wine, which is cool. Bottles of wine too. I actually don't know if it's draft wine. It's actually just bottles of wine. I didn't order any of it. Your wife did.
Yeah, I didn't order it. I don't order wine there.
Yeah, I don't either. So it looked like it was draft. Well, it was on the draft list of things. It could have been bottles of wine.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah. For the wine people out there, let us know.
Yeah.
Go. You come back and tell us, if you listen to this podcast, first, why you listen to a craft beer podcast when you're a wine drinker? And 2, is it draft wine there? That'd be great. edward.gomez@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is. Just go there.
Leave him all the comments.
Yeah, you'll get a timely response.
That sounds like you can call. But it was Sleepy was awesome. I actually it definitely was one of those additions to the downtown area that I was super happy about. What I was not happy about is all the goddamn construction down there. That made it really fucking difficult. Though, I guess in the end it'll be worth it since they'll have another parking garage. I'm guessing they're having another retail structure kind of around the street there.
So I don't know what they're doing on the street. That's what made it a pain in the ass, is the streets being worked on, and it's already a narrow old town street. It's
not a one lane,
but there's already a parking garage across the street, which isn't too bad.
Right.
And the nice thing about downtown Chandler has those instant crosswalks. So if you've never been to downtown Chandler or seen these crosswalks, they have lights in the road. And also on the signs. So as soon as you hit that crosswalk button, it starts lighting up. It is bright. It jolts you to attention when you're driving. So that's good. And that's one parking garage. And I think there's another one a little a block down that they're putting in.
Okay.
The other thing that makes a Sleepy Whale tough is that there was a lube shop in that same plot but that's turning into a Gadzooks.
Right in the corner there. That's going to get
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. So as soon as that opens, it's going to be fucking legit down there.
Yeah, but it's blocked off because they're still like in demo mode and stuff.
Right.
So they have.
Yep.
I would say they cut that plot in half.
Which I'll say this: when I was walking around the corner to get back to my car and on the sidewalk, they were leaking water profusely into these on the sidewalk into the gutter on the side of the street. I don't know if they knew that or not, but they're gonna have they had a leak somewhere because it was.
I think they were doing
streaming
plumbing,
out.
so hopefully they sort that out.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see how that goes. But I was just like, oh shit, that's not good. Can't tell anybody. So
Nope.
Nobody to call. I guess switching to the other side of the valley completely.
I think you're climbing out of the valley when you get to that part.
Well, I mean, it's
always been a weird dynamic when people say the valley in Phoenix and like.
Listen, would you go to 8-bit or would you go to Deer Valley?
No.
Yes. Right. I mean, that's the thing is like it's still pretty far away. Again, we talked about this before. I hope that, and we're talking about Borderlands' new basically facility is going to be in. It's basically Deer Valley. It's North Phoenix, right? So it's very like 17101 kind of area. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it makes it a little easier to get a lot of their beers across the valley here. I mean, I know Tool Ave's a staple at fucking Wandering, and actually has a whale too, which is cool. But I don't see much more, else in the valley. So I mean, my thought from it was that there actually can be a production facility, right? Tasting room / some food, right?
But from what I've heard is that they're going to do all the staples like Tool Avenue and Nolte Dulce and Citrana and all those core beers.
Yeah.
Those are going to be in Tucson.
Okay.
All the, I think, specialty stuff or maybe more limited run stuff is going to be from the north location. So,
all right. So
we're talking like maybe sitting in a tin can and I would say any like barrel aging stuff they do or sitting in a tin can. What's the other one?
So pretty much all the things that us craft beer nerds care about.
Yeah.
Like the fucking not the one I can go to fucking like Fry's and buy a fucking 6-pack of it. The fucking the shit that I actually can get other places. That's the ones I'm gonna want. So that's freaking awesome. I mean, on here it says it was a Borderlands Brewing and Public House. So hopefully a little some noshes in there or something, right? If you Ryan Sandlin loves that word. So we'll see. I mean, it should be, I don't know, be kind of cool. It says, actually, this article does say the Phoenix location will carry all Borderlands signature beers, which will continue to be brewed in Tucson, where Borderlands shares a production brewery with Sentinel Peak. So
because they did that whole hybrid.
The whatever their Voltron fucking.
Yeah, that's what they called it. Which
cool.
Yeah.
But Norris will also brew. Specific beers on a 3-barrel system. Arizona guest beers, meads, and wines will be sold too. So cool. June is when it says on this article. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's pretty much almost June now, so could be the end of June, mid-June.
Yeah, we'll see.
June. We'll see how it goes.
Rarely do people hit their target dates, so
things get pushed back. So
but
cool.
I would assume they have a little more time since they already have a full production brewery. That if there's delays, it's not gonna hurt as much as
right. I mean,
from scratch.
It's not. Yeah, it's not opening. It's not having to make the product. It's literally going to be contracts and or city approvals and all kind of other bullshit you have to go through. So cool. Sooner or later. But yeah, I mean, glad that they're going to be here. Glad that we will hopefully get some more beers from them on a regular basis. So see them spread throughout the valley because I think they actually make some really good beers, and I'm super happy they're here. So
if that new facility just pumped out sitting in a tin can and Grabthar's hammer 24/7, I would be all on board.
Listen, it's funny. Like I told somebody, and they're always like, "Dude, every time you guys fucking mention Grabthar's hammer, I'm so jealous because one, I never had it, and two, you guys talk about it fucking like it's the best thing ever, and it was." That being said, they haven't really made it since then. They actually made it those 2 times, I want to say, right?
Yeah.
And it was like they made it a small batch. So we talked to Matt Rewald and Woody about it, and then they made it, and then they canned it, which was fucking amazing, and we haven't seen anything since. So I'm really hoping that at some point they'll make a comeback in some cans, and we will see them in the valley. Hopefully, maybe with open to this. We'll see.
Yeah.
June, fingers crossed. Everything I have is crossed at this point. everything. Let your mind fucking wrap around that.
That's weird.
You're welcome. So more into other things. National news, Ed. What's been happening nationally?
Nothing really, right?
Yes, that's what we talked about. Nothing.
No.
Nothing big at all in craft beer.
Actually, it's big news, but do you care? That's the question. Because a lot of people don't.
It's funny. So,
and what we're talking about is the well past the primetime news slot of.
Listen, this is a podcast.
Yeah, nobody listens to
this
podcasts for
I can't do this in my sleep.
breaking news.
Breaking news, guys.
Sam Adams and Dogfish Head merged.
Yeah, merged.
Depending on what article you read.
Yeah,
bought out, merged, combined.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's really weird because, like, Dogfish, there's 120 is great. I mean, they're freaking 16-minute. Like, their IPA series is awesome. A lot of the other things that they actually tried to make and a lot of the other series of beers that they did were very, like, revolutionary at the time, for sure. And I think they inspired a lot of other breweries to do what they've done, right? But at the same time, I wasn't seeking out their beers anymore, really. It wasn't one of those things where I was like, oh my God, I got some of that Dogfish. Even 120 was one of those things where I was like, it's good, but I just don't really, it wasn't something I was like jazzed about fucking seeing somebody post on the Instagram post or something anymore. It wasn't anything that was, I don't know, big.
Well, I guess saying, does anybody care is more, does it affect what we get now?
No, and that's the thing is like, and
I'm sure it's state by state. Like there might be some states where it's like, oh, now we're getting. But is there anybody out there that's like, yeah, oh, I can't wait to get Sam Adams? Like what Sam Adams do you care about?
No, but I think the other way is the exact opposite way. There's gonna be some states that are gonna be like, oh shit, we get Dogfish now, right? So there'll be people that are like super pumped about this from states. That's awesome for them, right? I mean, we're kind of. When I tell people about the craft beer that we can get here, it's like, listen, we can get lots of California beers, we can get Colorado beers, we can get Michigan beers, we can get fucking Oregon beers. It's pretty crazy the amount of beers that are coming into Arizona, and so we're kind of spoiled with these beers. And Dogfish has been here for ages at this point. I mean, we get 120. I mean, actually, shit. There's times we get 120. It sits on the shelf for a while. It's just again, if I was in a state that we couldn't get Dogfish before. I'm pumped now because you can get Sam Adams fucking everywhere. The only thing I'm really kind of excited about is that if I can go to an airport, I can get fucking Dogfish in an airport somewhere now, right? Because you can get Sam Adams in an airport everywhere. Ball games, get in there. Hopefully now you can kind of get, hey, listen, you're gonna put a Dogfish fucking on tap, something like that, right? What I really hope happens, and I don't think it's going to, is that Dogfish goes away completely, and you only have Sam Adams, and you have Sam Adams like high-end kind of fucking version.
Yeah, you have like a Dogfish line,
right? Which is like
Sam Adams.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to fucking see Sam Adams' dumb face in a fucking bottle and fucking. Though I will say this: did you see the fucking Photoshop somebody did with fucking Sam Adams bottle, but it's Sam? They put Sam's face. Dogfish. I would be okay if they changed the logo to that. That'd be fucking great.
We're really bad at this, by the way. Yeah. Coming back and telling what beers we're drinking, but.
Listen, people stick around sometimes to just wonder what the fuck we're drinking. So yeah, no, this is awesome, dude. I love the packaging that Goldwater does over there.
Yeah, so and this is one thing I really like about this. It's one thing for limited canning runs, but the fact that beers that you can still get in a crowler or on tap, because there's that weird dynamic. It's like there's almost some people who don't want it unless it's in a can. It's like, I didn't get any cans. You guys need to make more cans, blah, blah, blah. And they get all pissy about it. And it's like, we have it on tap. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, so I guess it's three different things, right? So one thing is I can't get any cans. One is, well, I still have it on draft. And two is, well, I don't want it on draft. I want it to go. So do you do fills? And so, again, I go to other states and they have no idea what a fucking crowler is, and it fucking blows my mind because it's like, this is like the best thing ever. It's better than a growler, and it's fucking a to-go option, which is awesome. So, yeah, and this is great. They actually did it in a fucking brown paper bag with their fucking giant gold fucking water. It makes sense, right? It's a Goldwater fucking can.
Yeah, so if
it's gold.
I'm sure you've seen it. Like Goldwater, their canning run of hop chowder looks like the Campbell soup can.
Yep.
Instead of red and white, it's in black and white.
What? I'm talking about.
Yeah. And they go relatively quickly when they can it. Like, it's not...
It's hard
they
to
don't
get.
sit on the shelf. But you can still get it in a crowler. You can still get it on draft. So it's probably one of the better, I would say, flagships that is available across the board. Like, if you run out of cans, you can go get a crowler. You can go get...
Yeah, I would say, well, hop chowder is really good. That double dry hop. Oh my God, so hard to say.
Double dry hop chowder.
Wow, that's really hard to fucking say, isn't it?
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, we had that at Strong Beer, right?
Yeah, that was really, really good. Actually, that was one of the beers that after the fact, I was really upset that I didn't get any cans of because I was like, oh God, that was really fucking good. That being said, I heard their fourth anniversary can was really good. Didn't get any of that, so I was really sad. And then you actually said you had some Moon Rocks the other day. That was really good too.
Yeah, they ran out of cans quick of that, but they still had it on tap, so I had it there. So, I mean, they're probably one of the better breweries in the state of making enough for take home,
right,
and still maintaining a solid amount in the tap room. So it's like, oh, you ran out of cans, but here we'll fill your growler or a crowler, or
right,
it's always on tap. But yeah, they did the little hobo bag, the little brown paper bag.
Jordan killing it down there, man. That guy's fucking making some good beers.
And it's got the Goldwater stamp on the bag. Plus, their crowler label's pretty cool because it's a solid black. It almost looks like chalkboard.
It's a matte black, yeah.
Yeah. And
cool.
this was canned 2 days ago, so it's fresh hop chowder.
I'm in.
But yeah, no, we talked about it when we talked about those treehouse beers. We'd put this up against anything out there. I mean, there's a few beers that we would, but this is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's readily available,
it's even better.
Yeah.
Right, it's even better than that. It's definitely a beer I'd drink over most of those treehouse beers. I mean, I'd like to try against more of the other beers just in general. It didn't put me off them, but it definitely was one of those things I was like, oh yeah, this is so much better.
But something you wanted to bring up in I think a couple episodes and we just never got to it. Goldwater also had probably one of the best April Fool's jokes.
Dude, that was so good. that fucking the canning, the soup canning line. Oh my God, it was so great.
Yeah, if you didn't notice it, they said they bought a soup canning line and we're gonna start putting hop chowder in soup cans.
Right.
So,
dude, also I think I like April Fools, but I think with the basically this the craft beer journey that I've been on for the last couple of years, it's been even better because people in the brewing industry love fucking April Fools and they love fucking with people on their Instagram and their social media, and it's just like everything is just always this. I'm always wondering what they're gonna fucking do, and there's a couple times where I'm like, wait, what? And there are times where I'm like, oh yeah, no, fuck them. Like it's like like there's no way it's true. And there are times I'm like, this might be it. I'm like, I have to look at the date just to make sure, kind of thing. So, but yeah, them doing a fucking soup canning line, I was like, bravo.
Yep.
Hats off to you, sirs. Hats off to you. That's fucking amazing.
And the funny thing, there was a lot of comments that were like, I would totally buy hop chowder in a soup can. Like people were all in and almost like disappointed. Like, oh,
it has to be the pop top. Like it has to be the easy open.
No way, man.
Can.
Get the old church key and just like the condensed milk and break open both ends, and there's your shotgun beer.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You just go buzz it.
Shotgun and soup cans of hop chowder. That'd be perfect.
Oh man, I really hope we can make that happen at some point. We just got to do it.
Yeah, we'll go bother Dylan and Chad.
So somebody else that actually they actually posted their day about some treehouse beers was our buddy from Sons and Suds. He actually posted a post, literally building a tree fort on some trees and climbing a tree and fucking drinking some treehouse beers and basically made a post about how they're awarded beers for top IPAs and. The Forbes listed them as a top 100 brewery in the world and all this stuff. And he had a pretty good fucking lineup of fucking some treehouse beers. And it was definitely some of the beers that we had. It was the Green and the Julius and the Haze there. And then he actually had some other ones too. And it made me laugh because I responded back to him with him with just our link to that episode of These All Taste Like Disappointment. And so I was just like, yeah, listen, I mean... cool. I probably should it's just funny. Like I'm like, yeah, not the favorite of those beers.
Nope.
It's so funny. Like I still, to this day, I'm like, you know what? I'd probably try them again, and I'd probably actually try more of their beers just to see. Because there's got to be something there, right? Like, I feel like I'm missing something because there's so many people who love those beers. But
and we've always said like you can't judge a beer. I mean,
by
you can have an
by
opinion.
its
Yeah, that's for sure. But I mean, one can turn you off, but you can't. You can have an opinion about it, but you shouldn't hold them accountable for a single can. Like who knows what that can went through to get to us, but. Still, even at that point, it's like, this is nothing I would wait in line for. Like, this is nothing I would trade for, things of that nature. Like, it was, for us out here, it is mostly hype. But,
yeah.
So if anybody's out there and wants to send us some, we'll gladly taste it.
Listen, I'll give a second chance, and I'll go through, again, more of those beers. You know, they have a ton of Bright Series cans. They actually have a lot of other ones. I'll say this. Nate did say something about, people aren't going there to get...
They're not going there for haze and green.
But they are, though, right? So, like, actually, my buddy that got us the cans, he was like, listen, I heard Nate said, and that's cool and all, but listen, and he showed me pictures, and people are fucking have goddamn hand carts of fucking haze. It's like, it's red, it's yellow, or orangish, and fucking, it was green. It wasn't fucking the Bright Series. It wasn't all these other cans. They had fucking hand carts of fucking those main fucking beers.
But do you think that's the trade game?
It's got to be fucking trade bait.
Because I've seen people like with 450 North, like just fucking
100%.
Truck beds full of it, and it's all going out. Like they're not keeping any of it. So
well, a lot of places, and he was saying is that a lot of people that are taking those hand carts out of there are people that are buying to resell it. Even though they don't want people doing that shit because it's all sold out of there. People go there and buy personal stock fucking of hand carts and then fucking go resell it back at fucking, bottle shops and fucking other places across the whole fucking state. So, kudos to them until they get caught, I guess, but it's fucking like, that's what they're doing. They're fucking buying it for the hype and fucking reselling it fucking for exuberant prices, I'm sure, that, on the East Coast. So, or through fucking, one of the many fucking places you can buy beer online. So, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but if you want to send us any more Treehouse, we'll gladly send you a couple of fresh crowlers of hop chowder.
I'll try it.
You can make the comparison.
So moving along here a little bit. So
you want to finish up on the Sam Adams thing?
Yeah, I guess we
any
should talk
details?
about
$300 million.
$300 million, which seems fucking really low. Doesn't that seem low to you?
Yes, based on
other
big beer
sales.
buyouts.
Other beer, yeah, right.
And especially so based on the whole modern times valuation. Like they self-valued themselves at what, 260 million?
Right. Which, I mean, the way they're going about it was
that was projected valuation.
Listen, if I was a person that was gonna be like, I'm gonna evaluate my self-worth, and I was gonna start like fucking like adding up all the shit that I knew and did and had and blah and whatever, then that makes sense, right? And that's kind of what I feel like that's what Modern Times did. They basically took this like very self-evaluated, like inflated value of themselves, right? And then it
was inflated based on
right. But that was a justification for it being inflated, right?
Yeah.
So that was a justification.
Here's what I'm worth, and here's why.
Yeah, exactly. Where Dogfish, I feel like they were not self-evaluated. I feel like they actually, they were. It's basically a very fair price to a bigger brewery.
It was completely based on Sad Adams' reach.
Right.
The reach and the distribution and the footprint that Sam Adams already has. They're basically saying if we bring Dogfish into this fold,
right,
they're going to be worth this because
we can offer this to you, right?
We can.
It wasn't even like. It was also smart on Dogfish's part too, because here's the deal: like, if the Dogfish was like, "Hey, I'm worth $800 million," right, and Sam Adams buys them, now you're going to have Sam Adams at a disadvantage too, right? Because now they're fucking $800 million in the hole for fucking buying for Dogfish, and then they better get they better recoup those costs pretty fucking quick. And if they don't, they're kind of fucked. So with Dogfish kind of being like, "Listen, we're going to do this. We're going to get $300 million." I think that part of the deal too was that a majority of that went to Sam and his wife. They actually got a big giant share of most of that, and that's why it's called $300 million. It's actually they didn't buy it actually even for that. It was basically like part of it was shares.
It was options. It was like I think half was in
half
a little more than half was in options, and plus seats on the board.
Right, and so Sam got a seat on the board for I actually don't think it said how many for how long, but he got a seat on the board. And then basically that all their people are gonna get jobs, and then they're gonna come over and stuff.
But everybody always says that, and then a year down the road, it's like
you don't need fucking 5 head brewers, right?
Yeah,
that's gonna be stupid. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, and it could be Sam Adams people leave, or they stay, or who knows, right?
That's like the biggest marketing gimmick ever. It's like, nothing's changing. Nobody's going to lose their job. And then 6 months to a year down the road, it's like, we're laying off half this workforce.
It's preemptive PR.
Yeah,
is what it comes down to, right? They're trying to fucking PR themselves for the future. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. More than likely, I think a lot of people probably will leave, and I'm sure they're hoping leave on their own accord, right? Go find different places. They're not going to want. Again, we talked about this so many times. We actually talked about like how technically Sam Adams is technically still craft beer for the most part. And
they're the largest. Is it
largest independent craft beer, right? So
it's like a toss up between them and Sierra Nevada, right?
Yeah. So it's one of those like they're still craft beer. They still make the majority of the fucking stake of all fucking beer sold in America. They still make up, but they're still tiny compared to. The amount of beer they produce in a year. I'm sure. Budweiser spills fucking in all their facilities across fucking everywhere. So it's one of those.
And we talked about it. Off the show, we talked about it. I think I sent you that YouTube video, and everybody I think has seen that picture, and maybe we'll post it in the show notes. But where it shows the breakdown of like all the big beer ownership, and it has the Sam Adams in there, right? Because technically it's Boston Beer Company, or I always get it confused. Is it Sam Adams is the
No, Boston Beer Company.
It's Boston Beer Company, and like Sam Adams is a subsidy of Boston Beer Company.
Yes.
So Dogfish will be a subsidy of Boston Beer Company. But like, who benefits? Who benefits more from this? That's what's to be determined.
Well, so it's funny. So Sam Adams, and this is for reading old articles and seeing things about it. Jim Cook's never been a big fan of IPAs. They came late to the game at one point with. I can't remember they did like some kind of big hoppy IPA for a bit there, and they've always been just very hesitant to ever get into the IPA game. And unfortunately, if you feel that fucking like craft beer, that's fucking the beer people love, right? If you look at Wren House in general, that's their model. Let's fucking brew beers that people love, and right now it's fucking IPAs. That's what people are drinking. So they've always been against it, and they kind of were hesitant to it, and they actually brewed an IPA for a bit there. Can't remember it doing well. I can't remember the name of it at this point. That's how great it was, right? So I think with Sam Adams acquiring Dogfish, they get kind of a little bit more cred, right? Because if you see Sam Adams, you still don't. People that don't know craft beer, don't know that kind of stuff, they this mentality of, fucking Sam Adams is bullshit. Like Sam Adams, fucking their corporate bullshit, fucking sell out, whatever.
Yeah, which is weird that people have that stigma about it,
right? But it has it. It definitely does, because they own was it Angry Orchard cider? Like they own the them. And so they have this like stigma of being like a big beer kind of people. And last time I looked, it still wasn't fucking like, it was like 12-13% of the total craft beer sales, right? So they're still technically not really big beer, which is crazy, but they have that stigma. So I think them buying Dogfish or merging with Dogfish, or Dogfish merging with them, or however you want to put it, how you want to spin it, I think they get some cred back, right? That's what they get out of this whole deal. They get cred of being still a craft beer, it's still kind of an innovator of, or a pioneer of craft beer. And Dogfish gets distribution, right?
Oh yeah, they get instant distribution to places they've never been, or
every state,
maybe, and even just the cost savings of maybe places they were already distributing in.
Right, and they get
and
cheaper
now. It's just like, well, here's bulk, like here's all the fucking Oktoberfest you want, plus Dogfish's
everything
seasonal. So
yeah, it's gonna be good for them. I think that Dogfish is gonna get from that. So it's one of those where, again, I don't know how I feel, but I still feel a little torn and a little weird, because Dogfish was such a pioneer that did such radical things. We watched, they had a show forever gone. I don't know if it was on the Travel Channel or whatever, but it was fucking awesome to watch, and to see Sam do, different things. He actually took a walk with his dad and talked about fucking how, like, he basically was like, I'm just, this is what I'm gonna do, and he fucking just decided not to go to college and fucking like fought the city fucking to fucking open a brewery, and it's super inspirational. And himself he's very charismatic kind of person. Like you listen to him and you want to just follow him and do what he says. It's really hard. It's really weird. And to see him get pulled into Sam Adams is like, I know they're not fucking huge beer, but at the same time, it's kind of disheartening a little bit. It's weird. Like I said, so I'm torn. But
and you say it gives Sam Adams more like street cred, but I think it also gives Dogfish more because they had private equity investment.
Right.
And this merger buys out that private equity.
Right. It makes it more.
I think maybe that's where the other 143 million goes to buy out that private equity firm.
Yeah, I mean it's possibly. It's it definitely seems like it's beneficial on both sides of the fucking party. It doesn't seem like one's gaining a ton more of the other one.
But that's one of the bigger ones that went under the radar because like as soon as somebody gets private equity, it's like, no, this isn't craft beer anymore. Yeah. And Dogfish kind of flew under the radar with their whole private equity investment. So it's like
I'm trying to see if the article actually mentions shareholders. So yeah, Dogfish shareholders will receive 173 million in cash. And Sam will obtain a seat on Boston Beer's board starting in 2020. The merger comes nearly 4 years after Dogfish sold 15% of its stake to LNK Partners, private equity firm. So, I guess a lot of the stakeholders are going to be fucking really happy that they invested in them. They should get a pretty good return on that. But, I think that.
But I think I like your point of like, yeah, Sam Adams can maintain their brand and then but then are they going to turn Dogfish into basically a pilot brewing system for Sam Adams? Like,
but they're
because we've especially like Matt and Greg at BRR. It's like, here's what we like to brew, but we understand the market wants hazies and this stuff, and then they jumped into that market because they understood. But I mean, is this the next step versus like we were just talking about, like McFate opening 3 locations? Would you see a merger with somebody a better route to go at this point? Like, instead of like maybe Modern Times doing that private investment thing, maybe they bought somebody else and be like, here, we're going to do, and we've always talked about it on the show, like,
right.
And we mentioned it with Dark Sky. It's like food people doing beer and beer people doing food doesn't usually work out. So we have a food person with like Dark Sky bringing in Pizza Coletta and even like Cider Core bringing in Mike's Pizza. It's like, we're going to let these people, maybe that's where craft beer is going. Like Sam Adams does their lagers and all their seasonal stuff, and like Dogfish can do this more experimental, hoppy, hazy, like weird black salt lime or black lime with salt, that Sequench Ale or whatever they did.
What I'm saying is I feel like it's, and if they were going to be just kind of their pilot system of the people, I mean, Dogfish's motto has always been off-centered ales for off-centered people, right? So them be able to kind of experiment and do their own thing and still make things, I think it's going to be good for Boston beer, right? But at the same time, I think it's going to be good for, Dogfish too, especially if the, really ideally, like, if you're Dogfish and you have to take external, funds, right? Money, right? To basically keep your business going, something you're very passionate about, have to keep it going and keep it alive, right? At the same time, it's really hard probably to swallow that pill, because at that point, you're not into craft, you're not independent, you're not fucking, you're not true to what your mission statement is.
Well, you're not in control of your destiny anymore. Like,
so I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it's very hard to like say shit like that and then still be like, oh, well, we took money from outside people. So by them joining with again Boston Beer, they are independent. So I mean, really, you can kind of reclaim that status of being that again. So.
Do you think it's because there's such a gap in the size that it seems like a buyout? Like the whole Oscar Blues like contingent, they were all similarly sized breweries that
Yeah,
jumped into that, but
they joined like a cult, like a conglomerate, kind of like let's make.
And it was based on
group.
distribution. I think
Right.
that's all that was like we're in this market, you're in this market. They were very diverse in who they brought into that, and it seemed like we can push distribution and maintain lower cost, but like
I hope so. I mean, I hope they just do what they do well, and I think that hope they bring that to Sam Adams, and they continue to do that. So and Boston beer doesn't seem like you said. It seems like they're not going to like just swallow them up and become part of Boston beer. Like going to be Sam Adams
Sam
IPA.
Dogfish.
Yeah, it's like
it wouldn't be Sam Dogfish because Sam from Dogfish is. So Sam should have changed his name prior to this merger, so the confusion would
Samuel Dogfish. No, I mean I think they're gonna be fine. I think they're gonna be a separate entity with all of them. It's cool. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's definitely interesting. I'm torn, but we'll see.
The Brewers Association is going to have to change their definition sometime soon.
And people have already mentioned that, by the way, and they already made exceptions for other bigger craft breweries, and I'm sure they will. It's an ever-changing scale. They're going to have to figure it out. So,
or just embrace it, like you and Nate have always said. Like craft beer is a state of mind.
Yeah.
Independent beer is a business model.
It's a total
I think that's where you have to go with that.
Yeah, I think they need to figure that out, or they need to figure out a different nomenclature for it. Like regional craft brewer is kind of like not necessarily an official term, but that's what people call them. Something like that. Regional independent craft brewer, whatever. After a certain,
I think it's getting to the point where almost like self-distribution is like kind of the cutoff.
Yeah.
Like if you're using third-party distribution, or that's not fair either, because some places have to use third-party.
Right.
But who knows? Like, and I mean, who knows? Maybe it's like we've had weird laws in this state, and we've seen weird laws in other states. Like maybe it's a way to skirt those. Maybe it's a loophole. Like,
right. It could be.
Let's merge, and now we can skip this all this red tape and distribution and all this stuff, and make beer easier to get. Like the politics in beer it's
crazy. It's different. Every state's different. So
we're too lowbrow to get into politics of beer laws. So
law, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, law, healthcare. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm all right. Well, I guess we are drinking one more thing, and then we probably should get into our
opinions. We're gonna get our opinions in now.
Well, we have a lot of opinions. Let's touch on one of them, and then we actually need to do our stand-up beers of the week, and then wrap the show up.
Yes, because I need a hot dog and a hamburger.
Both of those in my body, for sure. Probably
especially
more
after this.
After this big, giant behemoth that we're drinking right now.
Yes.
So we are drinking these in these awesome Hop Culture 420 glasses.
Yeah, it was a 420. I don't know if it was from an event or they just did a 420 like
style glass.
Yeah, just some 420 artwork. But if you've seen anything Hop Culture, it's usually inanimate objects with
eyeballs. It's
eyeballs.
It's like you should googly eyes and stuff on something that's inanimate.
But it's very like I would say it's very like Schoolhouse Rock art.
Yeah, I get
that generation. God damn, I just dated myself. Even though that's too old for me.
It's too old for you and me. Yeah, a little cleaner though. I like a little cleaner style, but yeah, same kind of concept. We are drinking the FO peanut butter jelly crime from Schminery.
Schminery?
Superstition Meadery. Sorry, I should enunciate a little bit. Superstition Meadery.
Still
yeah, it's really good. This was actually aged in the FO barrels from Bottle Logic. Fundamental observation, in case anybody's wondering. Really good. I mean, this is basically this is on the bottle. It says blueberry mead with peanuts added, aged in fundamental observation barrels for 4 months. It's 13%, by the way.
Hey, you're not Nate. You can't read the label.
I'm not going to read the whole. No, there's not actually.
No, it's good. It's jammy. It has a dryness from like the peanuts, and then the barrel just like you get that
punches it up.
You get that Bottle Logic taste from that barrel. Like,
did a good job, man. This is awesome. 13%, pretty crazy, but really good. I like this. It was one of the meadery fucking guild membership bottles that we got. So it wasn't actually one of the bottles that we actually received because of it. It was one of the bottles that was available to them or to us because of the membership. So I think Nate got them for a crazy good deal. And so even after the membership price, I was like, he was up there and he messaged me and was like, you want any of these? I was like, and he's like, they're a good deal. And I was like, okay, well, yes, then I want some. So thank you because of that. So very good. I like it. Hopefully
I think this glass, because it's probably what, 4-ounce glass maybe?
Yeah.
It's probably perfect for this.
It's definitely, this is definitely a sipper. I think I actually had 2 bottles of this. The first one I opened, I put into, a little taster glass, and I just kind of tasted it throughout a couple days. It wasn't like one setting. Perfect,
because we kind of let this warm up as we finish the hot chowder, and I think
it's even better. More jammy.
Yeah, definitely.
Super jam. That being said, who are the raddest fucking people in the world, Edward?
I would say that would be Zach Dominguez, Jessica Langley, Paul, fucking change your name already. And
well, I'll say this. So Jessica actually released her first episode of her
that's right.
Crafts and Curves podcast, right?
Yes.
It's,
let's be honest, it took us a while to find it.
Right, I'll say this. It was on SoundCloud. It's Craft and Curves, which I think I have searched Crafts and Curves, which is their Instagram. So it's a little weird. Jessica, if you're listening to this, link the episode in your Instagram thing. And you put it in your description. Please put it as the link for your stuff. Make it a short link. You can go to Google, do short link. Do that. Makes it 1,000 times easier for me to actually find you on SoundCloud. Add it to iTunes. Makes it even easier. So,
and that's the last amount of free advice you're getting.
Yeah, well, hey, yeah. So email us if you want any more free advice. We can go from there. But awesome. Good to hear that she's out and actually doing her thing. I know she was, basically trying to get things together. And like we said a million times, it does cost money to make a podcast. She found this out really quickly.
Yeah.
I think one of the first things she said on her fucking episode was that it costs money to make a podcast. So
time, money, and you have to think about things to talk about.
Yeah, well, outlines don't fucking make themselves. That's how it works. But yeah, awesome. Go listen to Jessica, Crafts and Curves podcast. Crafts and Curves podcast on SoundCloud at this point.
Listen, once we get to the Patreon supporters, we can't pronounce anything properly.
That's not, well, 13% will do it.
Yeah. So Paul, change your name. Indie Beer Show, Cena Gomez, Rob Fulmer of the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild, which Real Wild and Woody's coming up in
super excited for that.
Next 2 months?
July.
Yes.
Yeah, usually July, mid-July.
Indoor in Arizona. That's what makes it one of the best,
which is kind of funny.
Festivals.
So my wife just informed me the other day that she and my son will be out of town, and that I'll be here by myself.
Yes.
So I am super excited for that. So I'll be.
Chris is having a sleepover after Real Wild and Woody.
Yep.
So Rob, like I said, Mark Ballesteros, and Anthony Bracamonte.
I'm glad you said that one right.
Yeah, I've only known it for
100 years.
22 years.
100 years.
Yeah, 1 million years.
1 million years. All right, guys, if you want to be a patron supporter, go to patreon.com/Hoppy Craftsmen. We actually have a bunch of extra tiers now. There's some cool stuff on there. There's actually a few single-only tiers. It's actually, if you're the only person allowed in that tier, Ed's beautiful wife, Cena's done it. We actually have Jessica. She's actually one of it as well. So I think there's 2 left on there. So if you want to be one of those single individual people that have a certain tier, jump on that as quick as possible. But that being said, there's still great other tiers in there. We actually get some swag, some T-shirts. We'll actually get access to T-shirts we actually first make. We get stickers, get shout-outs on the show like this. We can't say it enough. It does cost money to make a podcast. That being said, if you don't want to support us that way, there's lots of other ways to do it. Go to iTunes, the one. Rank the show. Leave a comment. Leave a review if you can. Share us on Instagram, all the social media sites. Every time we actually release an episode, we actually do on there. Show that post. It's easy. Share it up.
Just go to iTunes, and I would say for this episode, give Chris 3 stars.
Yeah.
And give me 2 stars.
Boom,
That'll
done.
give you your 5-star rating.
There you go.
And just tag lowbrow leisure activities, and we'll know you listen to the show. It's just so we get that other people see us. It's not for. We don't get a special prize for ratings or anything like that. It literally just puts us in the feed of recommendation.
Right. I mean, when you go to Instagram, you go to some other places, you actually see the search feature, and you actually go to it and you see all those pictures. That's how we show up. People liking the post, people sharing the post. Same with iTunes. iTunes is the same way. When people actually go to podcasts, they actually search podcasts, new and
trending.
It's like news and noteworthy.
Yeah.
That's how we show up in that kind of stuff. Is when people actually listen to the episode, share the episode, rate the episode on a regular basis. So please do that if you haven't done it already. Again, thank you for actually listening already, and support local.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook,
All those
Twitter.
sites. Yeah, all the social media places. We're there.
MySpace.
Wow, no,
Foursquare.
We're not on MySpace. We're not on the. Well, we're probably on the dead episode, like the dead social media stuff still. But
You don't have a playlist on MySpace that continuously runs?
no, damn it. Google Play Music though.
Yes.
We're on there, so listen to us there. And always, thanks for the support, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I probably won't be on the next episode because I'll be in Europe.
It'll actually just be me by
Yeah,
myself.
just Chris by himself.
All right, guys.
With a bunch of beer.
Looking forward to that. Ed, have fun in Europe and your on location.
Maybe
recording.
I could take
The
a
Zoom.
mobile unit
Yeah.
and do
Yeah, I'm for that.
what's that Patreon only episode?
Yes.
Because listen, you can get a ton of likes and views and hits for just throw somebody with an Irish accent. I'll just walk down the street and be like, "Hey, do you have an Irish accent? Come talk to me, please."
Do you like beer? Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk.
Yeah, finding somebody that likes beer in Ireland, that's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. So, all right, well, there you go. That's if you're a patron supporter, look forward to that. If you're not one, please fucking join now so you can actually listen to some of that awesome Ed content from Europe.
Yes,
All right, cheers, guys.
I'm gonna go eat a hamburger.